Taylor Smith. I played football, studied psychology and biology, and I graduated in 2015.
Greg Nyhof, also played football, studied business admin with minors in economics and psych, and I graduated in April 2016. Yeah. I guess I started playing sports all through high school. Took more of a liking to football, and then throughout that process kind of learned more about CIS, OUA, what types of opportunities were available to us in Ontario, and then kind of how to approach those various schools, and going through the recruiting process, and then just kind of narrowing it down to which school I thought was going to be the best fit for me, and obviously chose Oregon.
Mine was a little different. I played in high school, but I changed. I lost a bunch of weight in my last year of high school, and then I didn't think I was going to play football in university, and I ended up deciding that I did want to play football when I got here, so I ended up walking onto the team in my second year, and then just stuck with the team from my second to my fifth year after that.
I think that kind of happens organically within our sport anyway, with sport in general. With football having such a long off season, we spent a lot of time in the gym here. Obviously took a liking to off-season training. If you don't, it's going to be a long off-season. So really started to enjoy that aspect of what it meant to be a varsity athlete, and found a real passion that kind of paired with an opportunity to take on a coaching role and to be able to stay involved in a big piece of what we did throughout our 4 or 5 years playing here. So that was kind of, what drew me there. I know it's pretty similar for Taylor, but he's got a little bit of a different background than me, so.
Yeah, like strength conditioning wise, similar stuff. Like you play for so long and you kind of experience all those off-season workouts and things like that. Like you kind of grow to just love the gym, I guess. You spend so much time in here that it just becomes second nature to be in here. And but for me, I think getting into fitness and what eventually led to strength conditioning was my own. When I was younger, I was overweight, and I got a personal trainer and lost a bunch of weight, and then kind of wanted to be a personal trainer myself, and like that's just kind of where it started and kind of manifested into strength and conditioning. So for me, strength and conditioning, like there's a lot of different avenues you can take in strength and conditioning. I think like right now we work with so many different sports right now that it's hard to say which one I really want to focus on in the future. Like football has always been something that I love, so naturally I would kind of gravitate to football, and going down that path, whether that's trying to get into the NFL or the NCAA and staying in Canadian football, I really don't know. But I also kind of started working with basketball as soon as we got this job, and I started to just really love working with basketball. So I've been looking into NBA stuff, even NCAA basketball. Just I don't really know. I definitely want to continue and grow within strength and conditioning, but to what extent I really don't know. There's a lot of different things I'm thinking about.
Yeah, just to echo what Taylor was saying, this has kind of been our first real taste. Having the opportunity to coach so many different types of athletes. I think some things were right on par with what our expectations were going to be in terms of training, just based on our experience. But a lot of things surprised us, and I think the way that we enjoy training with different types of teams. Taylor mentioned basketball. I really enjoy working with cross country, not to just plug that for you, but the curling team as well, soccer too. So some different types of sports that maybe we haven't had as much exposure with, but really learning what different types of athletes comprise those teams and what their capabilities are as well. So I think that, as Taylor mentioned, with all the different avenues that strength and conditioning can take you, there's certainly the institutional level, whether that be collegiate or professional sports, but there's also becoming a business owner and developing your own gym, your own facility, and then kind of being able to pick and choose which athletes you want to work with and build a really strong rapport with them. So I think that that's an opportunity that certainly is attractive to me, whether it's 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the road, I'm not sure. Just really looking forward to being able to learn so much and grow in this role.
That's a good question, like right now, because the football season just ended, and I think we both kind of feel the same way, that like we're standing in there for the majority of the time I'm walking around practices, I'm in the gym. I don't really have regrets when it comes to football. Like I feel like kind of laid it all out there and I feel good about it, and so I can really be comfortable with not playing. But when it comes to game day and we're standing there in the locker room and Coach Falls is firing everybody up, like if you've ever heard one of Coach Falls' pregame talks, like it's hard not to leave that locker room like feeling like you gotta punch through a wall or something. So those are really the only times I feel like I really miss being in pads. But I don't know. I guess I miss just like being with the boys and kind of just going through that grind with new teammates. And but now I'm on the other side of things, so I'm still going through the grind. It's just I'm putting them through it. I'm not going through it now.
Still get to be part of it. That's a good question too, and I think that when we started this role, a lot of people were like, "Oh, like it must be so hard for you when football started." And there's lots of things I miss about playing and being a varsity athlete, especially here at Laurier, having the chance to work with all the athletes. But there's several things that we don't miss. The grind is fun, and it's nice to look back and be like, "Wow, I was capable of doing that, and I stuck with it. And look at where it got me." But during the grind, nobody's like, "Yeah, this is awesome." Like nobody really. I shouldn't say nobody enjoys that, but it's tough. But I think the biggest thing I miss is just the raw competition. So, Taylor mentioned game day, and just that opportunity to compete, whether it's in practice or, obviously game day is the most exciting thing, and the opportunity to play in big games or big events, that opportunity is something that you do lose a little bit. And I don't think either one of us want to be that guy that joins a flag football league or a frisbee league and then we become the most competitive guy out there. It might happen, but I think that raw, legitimate competitiveness is kind of the biggest thing that we strive for now.
Yeah, I think like just to go off of that, like ever since football ended, like all I've thought about is what's next. How do I push that competition level, right? Because we're still pretty young. Like even though we're done playing football, like, that competitive edge doesn't just go away, right? So on game day, yeah, I feel fired up and I want to play, but like every other day I'm thinking of what's next in my competitive world, right? Whether it's just lifting weights and getting stronger, reaching my own numbers, or it's competing in something else, just searching for that all the time. Did you say challenging and boring?
And rewarding.
And rewarding, also challenging and boring. Oh, I can tell you some stuff. Challenging and rewarding. Challenging, all the sports, like when we started with football, I kind of knew what I was getting into, you know what I mean? So from the coaching side of things, that's totally different. I got to start coaching guys that I just played with. I got to start delivering, like a lot of weight goes on your shoulders, almost like I gotta build the workouts that are gonna protect these guys throughout the entire season, and that's stressful. But what's more stressful is doing the same thing for a sport that I've never even played. Like basketball, I talked about basketball earlier, but I suck at basketball. I played for a while. I have no idea what position I played. So when I had to start building workouts from, I was like, I have no idea where to even start. But just reaching out to other coaches, doing my research, right? Ended up coming up with a good plan, and then just continue learning from there. And the rewarding part of all those things is just seeing the outcome of the athletes, right? Like this year with football, to know that we had a part in them winning the AIDS Cup and going on to the UTEC, right? Basketball guys, when they come to me and ask for advice on recovery, and the coach comes to us and asks what we think about their team's conditioning, like that. That's all really rewarding things to work on.
Yeah, I can echo a lot of those things that Taylor mentioned as well. In terms of challenge, I think the biggest thing is, especially within fitness, within strength and conditioning, every coach has their own theory, and our system is the best. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that we do something, but there's something else out there that's superior, because that doesn't make any sense. But that being said, athletes have so many different experiences with strength and conditioning, whether it be with a different coach or in a different program, or when they go home for the summer. And just kind of earning that buy-in and that respect from athletes, and really being able to trust the process and say, look, this is what I think and know is going to be best for you. based on your sport, your current position, injury, I don't know, whatever your goals are too. And then just kind of being able to get that buy-in and be able to earn that athlete's trust, and that all comes from building those relationships. And I think that for me has definitely been the most rewarding part too. You know, we played the sport here for 5 years, and I've met so many more athletes now in this role, coaching, than I ever have when I was playing here. I'm sure most of that is, well, it's partially my fault maybe for not reaching out as much, but it's also one of the best things that this opportunity rewards us is being able to build those relationships. And like I said, when people reach out to us and they're looking for advice, or they want to tell us about other stuff that's going on, maybe it's outside strength conditioning, and we get to play a bit more of a mentorship role, having been through it so recently, that's for sure been the best part for me.
Like, when it comes to the stuff we went through as student athletes, like, I think about all the time how better off we are as people than maybe somebody who didn't get to go through those similar things, right? Like, going through training camp, having to balance school, lifting, practice, games, all those things, having to juggle all that stuff, and it pays huge dividends when you go out into the world. Having a job, my job now feels like, I feel it's not nearly as hard as having to go through all the physical and mental things that you have to go through as a student athlete. So now when I go to do things like this, I find it super easy to go and do a really good job with things, right? Like, I don't think twice about working my ass off at work. Sorry, I'll just start.
Here's the A-bomb, it's okay.
But yeah, like, the amount of things you have to go through, like, regardless of what program you did or what your sport was, I think that having to balance all those things and kind of be, a leader on your team and show younger athletes how to do it when they come in their first year, like, it all leads to playing big roles in your future, right? Like, you go into a company and they ask you to take on a management role, and it's something that you've already experienced, right? At a younger age, now you're more mature. You can kind of look back on those experiences and draw on things that are directly related to your situation now. I think that to be a student athlete, like, you go out into the world so much more prepared than if you weren't doing all those extra things.
Yeah, that's I think the biggest thing is just that discipline piece, and kind of how we understand the relationship between discipline equaling freedom, and that's freedom to be prepared to earn more free time for yourself, right? If I am used to being up early for a team workout, and I enter the workforce, I'm used to getting up early. I've got more time, whether that's to prepare for my day, to get a workout in, whatever it is. So that discipline piece really touches on being well equipped to handle whatever life throws at you and whatever's next, whether that's more school, like a master's program, or right into the workforce, who knows. So I think that's probably the biggest piece. And I always think back to my time as a student athlete. If I feel stressed or overwhelmed, or I'm talking to someone that's stressed or overwhelmed, and I remember having those weeks where I'm looking at my agenda and it's like, okay, I've got 3 midterms this week, I've got a game on the road and practice every day, 3 workouts. And I remember being like, it will be a miracle if I make it to next Sunday. But you learn how to take things in stride, and you learn to kind of keep your head down and work hard. And every time you get through one of those, challenging weeks or days or whatever, you kind of take more and more confidence with you that I'm ready for whatever gets thrown at me after school, whether it's, like I said, a new role, or it's one of life's many challenges.
Getting into football, I don't think there's much advice you can get going into it. I think like a lot of guys come in, whether you're prepared or not, you're never ready, really, right? You come in and it's going to be more work than you've ever done, and you're going to have to work out more than you've ever worked out, and pay attention to your nutrition and pay attention to your schooling, and there's no real way to prepare for it. I think having a really good support system is kind of the best way to look at it, right? Like, the best way to get through things is to have lots of people around you who support it, and whether that's just friends, family, whatever it is. I think me and Greg, like, we have both really good support systems at home, and so going through really tough times in football and in school, we were able to just get through them. So I think like developing that network of people that help you is super important.
Yeah, that network also, exists. It exists outside of this Laurier bubble that we live in, with family and friends. But I think also the support staff that we have here at Laurier does an incredible job supporting current student athletes. Like there's so many resources available to these athletes. So, my advice for somebody that wants to enter Laurier or any other institution as a varsity athlete is find out what services are available to you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Because I can tell you right now, neither one of us would be sitting here if we met people in the athletics office, the support staff on the football team, and if we hadn't asked questions. And you kind of learn early on that it's okay to fail. A lot of athletes that are going to end up playing at the varsity level, they're a big fish in a little pond in high school, and then you really have to check your ego and come back down to square one and understand that you're kind of nobody, and learn how to put your head back down and work hard and not really, complain. And you kind of, again, you have to reestablish yourself in a bigger pond. But I think that that's a really good point that Taylor made about understanding where those support networks are.
No, I wouldn't change anything that I did. I have no regrets about football. I have no regrets about school.